Okay, everybody. So welcome to Launch 101, the first session. And, my business is the Fearless Climb. So I call everybody I work with a fearless climber because that's what we need to be when we're owning a business and being entrepreneurs. It takes a lot of courage. So great job, everybody, being here today. Appreciate you. Great to see you again. So there are really only 3 steps to creating a profitable and enjoyable business. Leveling up, which is what you're here to do today, learning proven successful strategies, and then slowing down, learning how to work fewer hours, to spend more time with your family and friends so that you can enjoy your freedom. And then also to make more money, creating a business that not only works for you, but puts more profit in your pocket. So again, I want to acknowledge you and congratulate you on showing up here today to level up. You're already 33% of the way just by being here, ready and eager to learn. So each session, I will do some training on what I call the 6 key business systems, and then I will answer your questions. So be sure to write your questions down as you think of them so you can ask them of me later in the session. And then I encourage you to join us live each week so you can ask those questions and so you can get to know each other. I mentioned that I did a Launch 101 trial last fall, and the people in the group got to know each other, and even some of them did business together. So it's a networking opportunity also. And I just want to encourage you, please don't hesitate to ask your questions. I can almost guarantee that someone else in this group would like to know the answer too. And of course, I know you will support and encourage each other. Running a business is challenging and it can be lonely. So in this community, we can help each other solve problems and step out in courage. So let's start today. I want to start today by showing you a typical business owner's journey. And so maybe you're in the yellow box where you're developing a new business and just needing some clarity and direction. You're feeling excited, but you're not sure what to do next. Or maybe you're in the red box where you've been in business a little while and you want to get some systems in place so you can kind of de-stress and gain some more momentum. Either way, Launch 101, this group coaching is designed to help you get more strategic, gain control of what you're doing, and get to that summit of the success that you want to see for your business. And so, the problem for many business owners is they get into that red box of stress and overwhelm, and they don't know how to regain control. And I don't want that to happen to you, because that's why 50% of businesses fail. Most of them don't have a plan, and most of them don't seek help. So what is the secret to building a successful business? Because we see other people doing it all the time. And how do they do it? And the reality is it's not a secret. It's just not fair because we weren't taught the skills we need to succeed. And I've just always felt that that's not right. And that's why I love to teach. And so Launch 101 is designed to teach you those skills you need to succeed that you may not have learned while you were in college or doing your corporate America job. And the other challenge that a lot of business owners face is they're working way too hard and not taking home enough money, and that's just not sustainable. So that's the other thing that I want Launch 101 to help with, is to find ways to get more balance in your life and still make more money as a result. So there are really 4 typical challenges, specific challenges that I have seen that business owners face. The first typical challenge is that a business owner feels overwhelmed, they lack clarity and direction, and they have just become stuck. So one of the goals here in this group is that you each become to feel more confident in your direction, and you are able to focus on one thing at a time so you can really gain momentum in your business. The other typical challenge that a lot of business owners face is that they think or feel that they should already know the answers to their questions, that they feel like they already should know these processes, and they get worried about asking a silly question. But I want you to know that there's no silly question, that there's a real value in sharing and learning with each other. And so please just ask away, even if, you know, maybe the answer seems obvious. There's so many layers to each process in a business that there's ways that we can even discuss deeper, and then, oh gosh, that worked for you, oh well, yeah, gosh, I could try that too. That's what I'm talking about, is that conversation around even what we might label to be a silly question. It's not really. And the third typical challenge business owners face is that they think they have to have everything all figured out before they try new ideas, because they want to avoid making mistakes or looking foolish. And so we were chatting about that before the session started, is that's a normal thing that business owners feel. And so I just hope that through our training that you begin to understand that creating a successful business is often an exercise in trial and error. So you need to just go for it intelligently, but you just go for it, learn great lessons, and adapt fast. That's the trick to building that momentum and gaining that success. And then the final challenge that I just wanted to talk about before we get into the kind of the content of the session today is that business owners will often keep doing the same things the same way and just end up working longer and harder without any significant gain or long-term possibility of growth. And so that's where implementing the 6 key business systems in your business can make all the difference in the world for you. And so really, again, learning and implementing those 6 key business systems with focus, persistence, patience, and courage will help you create your profitable, enjoyable business. Just work the systems and the rest will fall into place. And so now I'd like to just share some of the reasons why people get into business in the first place. Typically, it's one of these things, but often as they start to grow their business and work in their business, they realize that there's other benefits to it as well. So sometimes people will get started with their business because they want freedom. They want to make choices about their time. They're tired of the 9 to 5 grind. And so that's one reason why people start their business. Another reason is because they want to be able to creatively express themselves through their work. And I never thought of myself as a creative person. I went into accounting because felt like it was more cut and dry. But then when I started my first business, I realized that there is an art form, there's systems, but owning a business is also a form of art. So you can truly express who you are through your business. It's a very creative process. I've worked with so many different entrepreneurs, oftentimes in the same profession, like two plumbers. You'd think that those businesses would be exactly the same. And of course, there's a lot of overlap, but there's so many differences too, because the business is a reflection of the personality of the owner and the people that work in that business. So creativity is another reason to own a business. And then, of course, opportunity. A lot of people just decide to start a business because they want to make a lot of money or make more money, and they have that gives them more control over that. Some people think about their business, and usually this is after they've been in business a while, but they think of it as a family legacy, like something that, whether they're leaving the business to their family, later, or maybe they're being role models for their family. So legacy is often a reason people enjoy owning their own business. And then also impact. We want to serve the world. We want to make that impact in the world. We have something to share, people we want to help. And so our ability to serve, really, when we focus on that, the money comes. It comes, and it's easier to sell because we're serving first. So I just would love to hear from each of you a little bit about why you started your business, or why you're getting ready to start your business. Some of you are just getting started. So I'd love for you to introduce yourself with your name, your business name, what you do, just very briefly, and why you are starting or have started your business. So I'll just start at the top of the people that I see. So Ayami, you're first in line, please.
No, no. Um, my name is Ayami Hiroshingi. My business is AMH Consulting. I do social media, mainly Facebook and Instagram for my clients. I work with strategies, and the long-term plan is really to educate my clients about social media, so they're not doling out thousands and thousands of dollars and not knowing what their message is that's out there. I got into business because fortunately or unfortunately, business has been easy for me. Um, I've had an interest in it since I was a kid. I've liked economics and all that kind of nerdy stuff. But it was funny because when you put up this list of reasons why, I was like, none of those. And I'm looking at them like, no, that's not true. It's actually all of those. I have a daughter who's 13, and I have two bonus kids, 12 and 9. And so the chance to be there while they're growing up is really important to me.
Yeah.
And then showing them, they're all girls, so showing them that girls can do anything kind of is it means a lot to me, to kind of pass that on, because I feel like it wasn't really passed on to me that girls, it was like still kind of the girl and boy roles, and I don't think that that's necessarily a thing. So I talk about entrepreneurship in subtle ways with them every single time, every single chance I get. I mean, Richard Branson was like our last discussion. Not that if you quiz them, they probably wouldn't remember, but it's those conversations that we keep having, all the time. What do you want to
Absolutely.
do? Because I'm like, the two older ones are both in 7th grade. They're going to be in high school pretty soon. And I'm like, where do you want to go to college? And they're like, we're like kids. We don't even.
That's all right. I am. You
So,
are showing them, you are being a great role model. You're showing them the way and just where your heart is and wanting to do that. That's the important thing. That's what they're feeling for
yes.
sure.
And
Thank you.
this is the time if you want to be an entrepreneur, they can be at 12 and 13. They totally could be.
Opportunities at every age now,
Yes,
at every age.
definitely. Now
Awesome.
the world is totally their oyster. So
It is. It is. Thank you so much for sharing, Ayami. I'm so
yeah,
glad you're here today.
thanks
And
for having
Monica, would you like to share, please?
Hi, my name is Monica Brown. I'm with Freeman Human Resource Management, and we are an HR consulting firm. So I would say the reason that I would say it's not my firm, but why I joined the firm, and I work as an independent worker. So I would say I did it for the service aspect. I'm big on customer service and helping people and helping others achieve what they would like to achieve. Freedom, because you kind of get to make your own schedule, and I can work from anywhere that I want to, working, we call ourselves the firm, working with the firm. We do, I would say, like Ayami, that's her name. Like, all of this stuff hit home, but if I had to pick out some that, the top ones, it would be freedom, legacy, and service. I do like to show my nieces and nephews that you can do what you love and still have an abundant life.
Yes, abundance. That's a great word. Thank you, Monica. I'm so glad to see you again. It's been a little while. Zach, would you like to share?
Yeah, my name is Zach Altenberg, and I'm a personal trainer who, because of COVID, had to become an entrepreneur and start my own thing online. Gyms I worked at had to close down, and it sort of forced me in this new direction. And so Kathleen's been helping me. I've worked with her one-on-one a little bit over the past few months, transition into this like online space. And I it's been a bit overwhelming, but all these, reasons here really appeal to me. Just an opportunity to definitely make more money. Like as a personal trainer, when you're working in the gym, they take most of the money. They take like 70-80%. So it's a big opportunity to really make a lot more money a month, servicing less people more effectively is the way I like to think about it. Really be able to, you know, offer a better service that's more all encompassing. So I've been switching into this online space and learning how to be more of a remote personal trainer who's like all inclusive and can really support someone the whole month, not just on the 1 or 2 days that they're coming into the gym. So it's really cool. I'm excited to get my systems more down pat, and maybe reach out to Ayami when I'm ready to take on the Instagram world, which is just like, it seems overwhelming, and like I might waste a lot of time on there if I don't have a good tactical approach. Anyways.
All right, let the networking begin. Loving it. Thank you, Zach. It's a pleasure working with you. So glad you're here. And Natalia, would you like to share next?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Natalia Smith. I am a bookkeeper. My business is I help small business owner with their books. Why did I start my business? All of that, all of that. I have 2 boys, age 11 and 14. And like Ayami was saying, it's very crucial for me to stay home. I'm a single mom, to just give them guidance and through, the tough time right now, and the family dynamic that has been broken. I feel like I would like to be there for them. And also, the money part is, I only graduate college, and I'm not a CPA. At as far as the corporate world, that kind of puts you in a glass ceiling right there. You cannot make more. But as a business owner, and what I see, there's no glass ceiling in there. So it's very attractive, and that's kind of like what drive me to open my business. And small business are the ones that feels like being sometimes being taken advantage by the CPAs, and because they don't know the language, they don't know the the accounting principle, where I can come in and kind of calm them down, and don't need to freak out. It's okay. I'll get you through. If there's like, like with the business, with the PPP loan, with the EIDL, with any type of grant that they're trying to apply for, right there, somebody that they can just, no intimidation, no judgment. I'm there to help them.
Yeah, you got it back.
Yes, yes. So I feel that that service also impacting the businesses that really needs me, not some corporate that's looking for buying a new private jet, or I feel like my service and my knowledge is utilized to actually make their business grow.
Yeah, we have a similar heart, Natalia. That's why I do it too. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here today. So glad to have you in the program. And Renee, would you like to share?
I'm Renee. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist and Reiki practitioner. And I'm really in the beginning stages of everything. I'm recently widowed. So I've got 2 kids, 8 and 10. And COVID has been actually really a blessing, because I've been home and been able to pick them up from school and, take them, pick them up. And I think just the idea of, so I have 2 jobs as a therapist, and a private practice and an agency, both in which take cuts from my pay. So I want it all. And so just the thought of like going back to work in an office and not being available for my kids has been a struggle for me. And so I thought, why not now is the time. I specialize in working with families affected by Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's. That's my passion. And I am really good at my working with like training, teaching, as far as therapy goes, but also just like psychoeducation. And I want to build a platform where can create a space for either caregivers or individuals who've been diagnosed to just find support. And I'm from West Virginia, and I just actually submitted my application to become licensed there so I can serve, because I know there's a need for I guess, Alzheimer's dementia care in my hometown specifically. So I want to create more of a virtual platform so I can build a community and be available for my kids and survive living in Southern California so I don't have to move back to West Virginia, because I know I can do it.
That's wonderful, Renee. Yeah, and I'm sorry for your loss, and I'm glad that you have the opportunity now to start thinking about developing your business so you can create that life that you want. Yeah.
Thank you.
Glad you're here. All right, Deshante, haven't seen you for a while either. So glad you're here.
I know. Hi.
Hi.
Deshante, sorry for being tardy. Duty, work. It just kept going. And I was trying to cut it off and couldn't quite make it.
I'm so glad you carved some time to learn too for your business. All right, good job. All right, Deshante, go for it.
So I'm Deshante with Freeman Human Resource Management, the HR consultant. Monica's my boss. She keeps me in line. She keeps me in order. I love her. But why did I start my business? I think I think the main thing is like my heart to serve others. Like I think I'm HR. Like I feel like that's who I am. I love, love, love helping people. So when I went to school, I discovered human resource management. I was like, holy smokes, that's me wrapped in a degree. Like I love business. I love helping people, primarily smaller size businesses who feel like, oh, I'm too small to have HR, and then they get slapped with lawsuits and getting in all this trouble because they don't feel like they can afford to stay up to date with all the ever-changing laws. So, I mean, honestly, I've seen so many things happen, so many small businesses just getting, closing their doors because people are taking advantage of them, or lawsuits, getting $50,000 lawsuits to a small business owner can be very significant. So I just have a heart for helping people. And since I know the rules and I love reading legislation all day and all that fun stuff, it's like, why not do it? Why not serve people? So primarily the service aspect. Like I said, if I could do it for free, I definitely would. But I have to, Monica's sometimes like, no, we're charging. I'm like,
thank you, Monica. Good job, Monica.
Monica's like, no. I'm like, she's like, no. So it's more so of my heart is service. I think the next thing would just be legacy, because I just want to help build like an empire for like not only my kids, but I don't have grandkids yet, but grandkids and great grandkids. I'm just thinking of having a platform and just showing them that they can do anything that they want. When I used to work for people, they used to tell me, oh, you care too much. And, which was crazy to me. Like, how can you be HR and care too much? So just to be able to have that freedom for creativity, the freedom of time, kind of sort of, because I don't stop. I like wake up and email and like 2 a.m. if my clients call, I'm like, hey, I'm here.
Maybe there's some systems that can help you with that, Deshante.
Right.
That's
Monica. Monica is my system. She says you better stop responding to these emails
there
now.
You go. There you go.
And then the money aspect, I feel like it'll come. I mean, I'm used to getting paid a salary and working for people, to now where you have to go out and get your own business. So the money aspect isn't there yet. It will come, but primarily, service, family, the creativity.
You lead with your heart, and that the systems that we're going to talk about in Launch One-on-One, some of them will help you with lead generation, and sales process and things like that. So I'm super excited to share all that with all of you. And Caitlin, last but not least.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I am with Evergreen Marketing Consulting. And my business partner, Stephanie, will be joining in the future. We are pretty early days with our business, but we'll be doing, I think, mostly branding and some social media support as well, mostly for smaller businesses. And my main motivation behind that is really the freedom. I did the college thing, did the full-time 9-to-5 thing, still doing that. And it just doesn't, like, the lack of flexibility, the lack of freedom that comes with that, clocking in and reporting to somebody else. It's just, I don't see the long-term benefits of that for the lifestyle that I want for myself and my future family and all of that. So that's my main motivation, just to be able to work and be creative with that. I guess creativity is a part of that too. I feel like I have good ideas. And so if you have your own business, you get to do what you want with your ideas. And so I'm just excited to use the freedom and creativity of having my own business and seeing how that grows and the flexibility with my life that should be able to give me.
Awesome. So glad you're here today too, Caitlin. All right. Thank you everybody for sharing. I really appreciate that. It's so awesome to get to know each other. And so I want to share a little bit about myself too and why I got started. This is me in 2002, and those are my kids at the time. And I had gotten my degree, my business degree in finance, worked my way up in management in an international company, but I was spending too much time away from my kids. So I only had one goal, which was just to get in control of my time. And so at that time, that's when I started my own QuickBooks accounting consulting firm. And for several years, I did it as a solopreneur. And then I learned some things, some systems, and started implementing them. And that's when my company really grew. I started getting help. I put the right systems in place. And after 12 years, I was actually able to sell my company. So I know I've done it. I know it can be done. And I'm so excited to share what I know with all of you so that you can reach your dreams as well. And through everything that I've been doing, I just have fallen in love with small business ownership. I saw so many people struggling, and I wanted to help in a more comprehensive way. So that is the last several years. I transitioned out of accounting years ago and went into business coaching. And I've been just upping my education and completed several advanced certifications in business management, marketing, and leadership mindset. And I wrote that little book, Grow a Pair of Antlers, The Fearless Climb to Lead Your Herd. So that's why it's hashtag Grow a Pair of Antlers and thefearlessclimb.com. And you guys are my fearless climbers. So the result of all my education and experience are put together into what I have created, the 6 key business systems. And each of those systems has 3 categories within it. So today I'm going to give you a very brief overview of each of the 6 key business systems and their categories. And as I'm speaking, I'd like you to just jot down which categories kind of speak to you. Like you're like, oh man, if I could learn that first, then I'd like her to speak about that soon. So if you would jot that down, and also why you think that would help your business. I'm going to pause once in a while. I'm going to be cognizant of our time, but I'm going to pause once in a while just to ask one of you to share which of the categories within each business, each of the keys really spoke to you. And then I'll ask you to email me after the session, like what were the ones that made the most impact on you, so that I want to create this agenda for you guys about where kind of my expertise of what order we should go in, but also when I hear from you, what's important to you. So I'm I have content, but I'm going to put this in different order depending on your feedback as we go. So the other thing I want to mention is that after this, if you haven't already signed into your online portal, please do so. If you have any trouble, let me know. But in there will be a couple worksheets for you. And one of the worksheets is going to be the description of each of these categories. So you do not need to try to write down everything I say as I kind of flip through this right now. You'll have a sheet that will word for word pretty much describe, it'd be almost word for word what I say to you today. So the only thing is just listen. If something speaks to you, jot that category down, and then why, and then we'll kind of talk about that throughout. Okay, so any questions? Or are we good to go? All right, thumbs up, fantastic. Okay, so the first key system here is called the key of leadership. And there's three categories that I feel are really important within that. There's a strategic plan, a mission statement, and then a broader category kind of leadership skills. So for a strategic plan, the idea is to move yourself from a place of confusion and anxiety to a place where you feel like you have clarity and direction for your business. And so the definition of a strategic plan is that it's a document that describes a company's long-term vision and short-term goals and the opportunities and challenges for achieving them. So this is something you want to do at least on a quarterly basis to get the direction and the focus for the daily and the weekly and the monthly activities of your company. The second category of a strategic, of the leadership key is mission statement. So for a mission statement, what that does is it takes your brand, instead of your brand being in a fog, it brings clarity to it. The mission statement declares the overarching purpose of your business and the value its employees will embody on the journey. So it attracts customers to you and employees who are aligned with your company vision and provides a framework for making business decisions. So, you each spoke about the heart that you have in your business that can be incorporated into your mission statement so that you're attracting the kind of people who share that same kind of passion that you have for serving the way that you do. And the third category in the key of leadership are the leadership skills themselves. So as you learn leadership skills in business, you move out of this place of kind of feeling vulnerable and timid. I love that little puppy in there. But you move into more of a confident, a courageous, and influential kind of feeling that it makes it easier to explain what you have to offer, to connect with the people who you need to connect with. So leadership is really a set of skills that empower you to live with intentional purpose, take courageous actions, and then influence others. So leadership skills enable you to steer your life and your business in the direction of your vision, and then enlist others to help you along the way. So those are the three categories of the leadership key: strategic plan, mission statement, and leadership skills. And I'm wondering, would someone like to share which system made like you were connected to, like you'd like me to teach you sooner than later, and why you think that might help your business? Monica?
So what immediately stood out to me was a strategic plan. For Deshante and myself, we are in the midst of a short growth spurt. So I don't know if it's short, but we're in a growth spurt right now. So
nice.
So the business is kind of moving at a pace faster than we have enough capacity, but it's not at a pace where we, can hire a bunch of people. So we're kind of like in this weird kind of place. So having the ability to create a clear strategic plan about how are we going to do the things that we need to do in a timely manner and provide the quality that we want to provide and that we always provide our clients. And then how are we still going to make plans to grow the business even more? So having, some conversation around that or some tools would be super helpful.
Yeah, fantastic. You've got the right idea. With the strategic plan, the best thing about it is you can look long-term, but then drill down to what are we going to work on this quarter? And then, okay, now we have some goals and some specifics that drive what you do on a daily basis. Obviously, you can't do everything at once. So strategic plan helps you decide which things you need to focus on. So awesome. Thanks so much for sharing, Deshante. So let's move on to key 2 of the 6 business systems. Finance is the second one. And so the three categories in finance are profitability, long-term growth, and corporate protection. And so we have a couple people here that specialize in these areas. Natalia as the bookkeeper, and then of course the FHRM people, Monica and Deshante, talking about their HR management for business owners. So for profitability, when you don't know how to read your financial statements or you're not keeping them up to date, you're not going to fool anyone in the long run. You're not fooling yourself, you're not fooling your partners, and you're certainly not going to fool the IRS. So it's really important to keep it real. And also it helps you make informed decisions, wise decisions for your business. So you really need to understand your bookkeeping and how to read your financial reports, how to analyze them and make decisions from them. Doing that produces a stable business foundation, healthy cash flow, and an owner's salary that supports your lifestyle. All of it fits together. So that's profitability. And then there's long-term growth. So you want to manage how much money you spend and finance compared to how much value you're creating. And so you want to invest in values that help, to give you the financial foundation to survive market challenges and scale the business. And eventually that value creates a saleable company that has that inherent value in it. So profitability for current long-term growth. So you kind of have to balance those two concepts as you're growing your business. And then finally, a really huge category, but the overall idea of corporate protection is to prevent and minimize as much as possible the risk of lawsuits and other kinds of financial penalties, and preventing them from severely impacting the health of the company or taking the assets of the owner. So corporate protection is really a set of legal documents and company policies that are consistently maintained, not occasionally, consistently. It's a system of protecting your company. So to reiterate then, for finance, the finance key, the three categories are profitability, long-term growth, and corporate protection. So would someone like to share which of those systems might be most helpful right now to learn about and why for their company?
I have something.
Okay.
As far as what I want to do is build a business that's based on my license as a therapist, but then I also want to create a system where I'm just kind of doing trainings. And so I think with that, understanding how I have to be HIPAA compliant and not meshing dual relationships and things like that, which I feel like comes into play with corporate protection, because I don't want to get in trouble for not being, mindful of my duty as a therapist when I'm meshing kind of two different modalities.
Yeah, you've made some excellent points, Renee. There are a couple things on that just come to mind for you specifically are certainly understanding, what would fall, and you've said this, what falls under therapy versus consulting. And when you consult, the other thing is you probably want some disclaimers in your agreements, your contracts that, this is not therapy. If you're not doing therapy, post that everywhere. This is not therapy. This is consulting or coaching or group, whatever it is that you're doing. The other thing, oh yes, HIPAA compliance. Be very careful then, because you were talking about a virtual business, is there are some online softwares that provide that HIPAA compliance, and since you're crossing over, sometimes you may want to just go with those systems only and not go with software systems that are not HIPAA compliant. So for example, I used to work at a company that provided medical equipment for people in hospice care, and they wanted to be able to scan. The guys would deliver in the field, and they wanted to be able to scan the delivery receipt and upload it to the corporate office. They couldn't it was not HIPAA compliant to just email that. And there were some systems that were not HIPAA compliant. So they actually had to pay a little more, but they had a HIPAA compliant system. So, oh, hi, Renee, you have a friend. Hi, friend.
Sorry.
That's all right.
He can't hear you.
Oh,
Well, I was thinking too with like the financial, the HIPAA would be, I'd have to have a HIPAA compliant email, HIPAA compliant voicemail, telephone. So that comes in with the finance too, where I don't want to spend, so it kind of all comes in together with being protecting, but like not draining my bank account by. So that's,
yes.
includes the finance part for sure.
Absolutely. That's an excellent point and very good thinking. And you may even consider maybe, in the beginning, maybe you're doing both, or maybe you just say, I'm just going to do consulting only, not sure, or just therapy only, not sure. So just things to think about when you're making excellent points that it does affect your bottom line as well. Great job. All right. Thanks for sharing, Renee. All right. So the third key of the 6 business systems are the productivity plan, a delegation process, and project management. And so productivity plan takes us from feeling like we're out of control and trying to juggle too many things to a really focused and productive day. So a productivity plan includes systems for managing appointments, prioritizing activities, and creating blocks of focused time. It ensures that important tasks move the company's goals forward and they're not overrun by busy work. And it creates a work schedule that aligns with the business owner's personal interests. So there's a lot of important, benefits to having a good productivity plan. And then kind of along with that is a great delegation process. So solopreneurs, you're on a high wire juggling everything. When you're an entrepreneur, you're more like a conductor of an orchestra. You're managing the way the music it produces. So a delegation process is a system for hiring, training, and managing a team to transfer the tasks from the business owner. It's designed to grow and scale the business and provide for more freedom for the business owner. The ultimate goal, once again, is to create a saleable company independent of its owner. So as you're growing your business, I want you to be thinking of the mindset of, if I sell this someday, if I'm not in this business anymore, can it still exist without me? That's the mindset to have from the very, very beginning of your business. It's not where you're actually going to be doing. That's not where you start doing, but that's the mindset to develop your systems in that direction. And then the last category is project management. So if we are not doing a good job with project management, then we end up with a lot of never finished things as opposed to a job that's really well done. So a project management system is a method for breaking big goals into small tasks and communicating assignments, deadlines, and progress. It enables you to lead a team, overcome challenges together, and maintain momentum to complete a project. So who would like to share of those 3, productivity plan, delegation process, and project management, how that one of those might help your business right now? Natalia.
Well, I don't know out of the 3, but I know all those 3 I need to do. That's where my pain points right now, to be able to do productivity plan, delegation, and project management too. It just seems like it's all 3 needs to be done at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where my my focus and my priority, because with that I will be able to streamline my processes, which I normally do for my clients.
I know there's an old saying, I think, that the shoemaker's kids have no shoes. So that's all right, Natalia. You'll get there. You'll get there. All right, thank you for sharing. All right. So then the 4th of the key business systems, and what I'd like you to do is just jot down which ones speak to you. I just am making sure we're on time. And so just jot down, again, I'll have you email which ones are going to make a difference for you, but I just want to be sure that I have a chance to share with you the definitions. So marketing message, tactical marketing plan, and online marketing. So a marketing message should not be, look at me, with a bullhorn to the world. It should be, I hear you. A great marketing message empathizes with your target market's problems. establishes your company as the authority and your product or service as the solution. So it educates your audience and attracts the right kind of leads. And if you have a marketing message that's working, then you want to have a tactical marketing plan so that you are documenting and describing the types of marketing activities your company will engage in, setting daily activity goals, and measuring your progress. You want to find a way with a tactical marketing plan to give yourself accountability for the daily marketing activities. It's super easy to get bogged down with the client work or administrative work of the company and kind of miss the target here on the activities that really will continue to bring you leads so that you can actually convert sales. That's what you need, is this constant stream of leads. And one way to get those leads is through online marketing. I've included it as a separate category in Launch 101 because really, networking, we can talk, we'll talk networking also, and that's important. But today, online marketing, as I'm sure Ayami could tell you, is huge. And so, but through this, we don't want to be a pushy salesman. That's going to turn people off. What we want to do is create relationships that exchange value. So the goals of online marketing are to create curiosity, provide value, and then capture the emails of your leads so you can nurture that relationship and periodically offer a product or service. An online marketing strategy attracts leads and builds trust to create an opportunity to offer your products and services to them. So just take a moment, if you would, to jot down what, if any of those you feel are important for us to focus on in the next few sessions of Launch 101 so that I can be sure to tailor the training for that. And then the fifth key of the 6 key business systems are sales offers and pricing, lead management system, and the sales closing process. So if we don't have the right sales offers and pricing, our leads and our potential customers are going to feel overwhelmed and we are going to lose sales. So it's really important to create clear choices to be able to close sales. And so a clear, well-crafted sales offer and pricing strategy are value-based, and they include opportunities to add on, upsell, or downsell products and services. The right sales offers and pricing strategies result in more frequent sales and ensure appropriate profit margins. And so the next category is a lead management system. So when we get a lead, are we crossing our fingers and hoping we remember to follow up with them? Or are we making sure that no one is left behind with a system that leads, that reminds us and tracks our leads, connects their names with relevant data, documents each of the touch points that we have with them, and ensures timely follow-up? We want to be sure that no opportunity to sell to a lead is missed. And the data we are collecting about each of our leads enables us to refine our marketing efforts. So a lead management system is really critical as the next step to the sales closing process. And so business owners are often afraid to ask for the sale, but remember what you have to offer for them. You become a hero for your customers because you're solving their problems and you're helping them succeed. So the process has confidence in it, but the system, if you have a system around closing a sale, it takes a lot of the pressure off and the nerves. So a sales closing process is a documented system for converting a lead into a sale, including how to nurture them and handle objections. And here's something important. It's repeatable by anybody trained on the system. So a sales closing process enables trained staff to confidently convert leads into sales, just like you can do this. So again, just jot down, if you would, which of those activities spoke to you, and then we'll follow up and I'll hear from you so that we can be sure to cover that in the near future. All right, the 6th and last but not least of the key business systems is service, the customer experience, how to get customer loyalty, and how to use testimonials and reviews to get more leads and why they're important. So the customer experience. So, when you answer the phone, can't you see I'm busy here? Or I'm so happy to help. That's cats and dogs, right? So now I just want to mention here is it doesn't mean that you're just dropping everything to do whatever customer wants. The idea here is that you have a clear set of expectations around the client engagement. So the customer experience is a process designed to start your client with a positive first impression and clear expectations, and then be able to provide them with high quality service and support through whatever the final transaction is. And it makes your clients feel valued, and it creates a positive brand image. Then there's customer loyalty. So, not always will clients stay with you a long time. There's valid reasons why they cut ties and move somewhere else. But really what you're trying to create here is a set of raving fans. So it's a customer loyalty program is a set of follow-up activities designed to keep your clients satisfied with and connected to your company and its products or services. It keeps your clients coming back to buy more of your products or services. And then the final category in the service key are testimonials and reviews, or is testimonials and reviews. So instead of people saying, "Where are you? We don't know who you are. We don't know what you look like," you're saying, "I'm here. And people have done business with me before, and I've helped them succeed." So testimonials and reviews provide important social proof with stories of your company's success in solving people's problems, that they warm up your leads and make them more likely to buy from you. So just jot down which of those sound important for me to cover sooner than later, and then we'll follow up later and I'll get that information from you. So that is the 6 key business systems in a nutshell. And these are the categories we're going to be learning together in Launch 101. As I mentioned, I'm not going to be teaching them in this order. I'm going to develop our agenda based on my experience of a helpful order for new business owners or growing business owners, but also from the topics that you request. And so I don't have a lot of time for questions, but if I can take one question maybe, and then I just have a couple of closing slides. Is there anybody who has a question about the way that we're going to be working together or what we're going to be covering? Okay, all right. So I want to encourage you again to continue the connection. We have a Facebook group called the Fearless Business Group. So you can do a search and connect with me on that. But if you have trouble, let me know. And then the main thing is very important. Be sure to log into the online portal at thefearlessclimb.com. So there is a login button. If you signed up yourself, then you used an email and a password that I'm not privy to. But if you need it reset, I can do that for you. Or if I signed you up and you don't know your password, let me know and I'll get that to you. I think I got it to you already, but if I didn't, let me know. And then third, download the Kajabi app on your phone. So Kajabi is the system that I use to host my website and the online portal where we're going to store, well, I'll be storing the recordings of our sessions and the worksheets that you'll be using. So you can rewatch or just watch for the first time if you miss us live on your phone if you have the Kajabi app and just log in with the same login that you would use for the online, on your computer online. So it's called Kajabi. And I did send you an email with that, so let me know. But if you can't find it or you need some help, please don't hesitate to reach out to help you get logged in. All right, so what's next? The to-dos for you. We're going to make sure that I have to-dos every single session so that you can take what you learn here and start applying it into your business. So two documents that are going to be in the online portal for you. First is the 6 key business systems definitions. So please review them. And then whatever you wrote down today that you'd like me to teach, I mean, you could put 5 or You could say all of them, whatever, but if you give me some direction, that's helpful. And just send me an email of which of the systems you would like me to focus on. And I'll take all of your feedback into consideration. So if you could do that in the next, week, that would be awesome. And then also download the 6 Key Business Systems questionnaire and complete that and email it to me. So the reason I want you to complete it is it's going to be a scale of 1 to 10 in each of these categories that we talked about today. So A, you can get a feel for where you have some areas to focus on in your business. And B, I can get a feel for where you have those areas as well. So again, I can make sure that I'm speaking to your needs in our trainings. And so again, email it to me. My email, Kathleen@thefearlessclimb.com. And I'll see you again soon. Be sure to add to your calendar the first and third Thursday of every month, 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific time. And our next Launch 101 session is Thursday, March 18th, 4 to 5 Pacific. Same Zoom meeting ID, but I will send an email that morning for reminder. And then this is an ongoing monthly program, so business owners can join anytime. They will have access on this recording because it's the foundational summary of everything. New people who join anytime will have access to this recording. So if you like today's session and see the value in what I'll be teaching in future sessions, please share Launch 101 with your friends and family who could benefit from it too. The more, the merrier, and I'd love to serve as many people as possible. And so thank you so much to my fearless climbers. It was so much fun to talk with all of you today.